Hello and welcome back to the Season 3 finale of our TPS save. In this video we'll go through the fixture list, showing you how everything panned out from the last time that I actually showed you the fixture list. We'll show the final league standings and of course how we did in the Conference League. We also have an announcement coming up too in the video, so make sure to keep your eyes peeled for that. This video will also be relatively short in comparison to the other episodes that I've released, but I hope you enjoy it. So, how did we fare in the back part of the season? As you knew, we overcame both Linfield and Karabag to continue in Europe. While this was going on, we had a couple of wins in the league to continue our fight for back-to-back titles. From the HIFK game, our form started to take a nosedive for some games, resulting in 1 point out of 4 in the league, and as you know, the knockout from Ludogorets happened. Thankfully, we managed to bounce back in the league with 2 wins. Meanwhile, we were closely defeated by Sheriff in the Europa League playoffs, sending us into the Conference League group stages. We had a little dip in form a few games ago, and from the second leg versus Sheriff, our form went even further down in the bin. In the league, we had a final regular season game which we drew. We still had a cushion of around 5 points at the top, but we had the Championship group coming up, which consisted of 5 more games to ultimately crown the league winner. We had a stinker in those games, drawing to HJK and going on to draw another game, lose 2, but the silver lining being is that we won against Nistan. For our maiden voyage in the Conference League, it was ultimately a year to forget, as we were beaten in every single game, also failing to score in all 6 outings. I'd have expected at least a couple of goals at the very least, but this was just simply disappointing from us. Final league standing is a slight surprise, as we had 5 points advantage going into the group games at the end of the season. HJK drew to us, but then also went on to have a poor run themselves, which means we actually won the league for the second time in a row. Back-to-back titles. Winning the league meant that we did the double this year with both the Vicus Liga and the Swarman Cup. We had a much tougher calendar this season, and the goal difference was nowhere near the same as last season. This shot here is to essentially show you our poor Conference League campaign and was something which could definitely be worked on in the future. I also wanted to give you a quick glimpse of the finances after all the appearance money from the European qualifiers and the sale of our beloved Denis Stojkovic. As we won the league, we'd expect to double this money next season by getting more appearance money in the European games, as well as perhaps gaining a little bit extra by actually drawing and winning games in the conference groups next time. Another thing with our finances is that we had youth facilities being worked on, costing us around 1.2 billion euros, which means that the balance is a little lower than it was, but it is a positive for the future of the club. So I said there was an announcement coming in this video, and I decided to leave it here to the end. So I decided this will be the last episode of this series. I know it was supposed to be a Build a Nation, or as far as we could possibly get it up until the FM23 beta is released, but there's a couple of reasons as to why I decided to end it here. Firstly, I'll be having a mini honeymoon in the Baltics for about 5 or 6 days, meaning that I won't really have enough time to get another season banged out and edited and all that kind of stuff. And when this video is live, I'll already be a couple of days into the trip. Secondly, the beta could be released whilst I'm away, or maybe very soon after I get back, which means again I wouldn't be able to get a full season done, and I don't really want to leave it halfway through a season because it just doesn't feel right, and at least finishing it at the end of a season makes it feel a little bit more complete than it actually did end up being. There's a solid possibility that I will revisit Finland in terms of another save in the future, either on a YouTube save or a live stream over on Twitch. I appreciate everyone who's watched this series, gave a like, had a comment, and I hope that you'll join me in the journeys of FM23. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Have a great day, and I'm out.